Hey guys, it's Brett. I'm here with my very first ever Scentworx haul. It's a brand new candle that came out from Kohl's. It is Scentworx. They're made by Harry Slatkin. If you haven't heard by now, of course, Harry Slatkin makes Homeworx that are for sale on QVC, and now also the Homeworx candles are also being sold at select Ulta stores and online at Ulta. And then supposedly, if they do well in the select Ulta stores, they will be sold in other Ulta stores. But he also is making a brand new candle, and he's calling them Scentworx, and they are only going to be available at Kohl's. They're already online at Kohl's right now as of, I believe, yesterday? Or the day before yesterday. Today is Wednesday, September 4th. And they're supposed to be in all stores by Monday, the 9th, but they're actually pretty much in almost all stores right now. I went and checked my store, and they had them in the store already, and I think some stores are even had them out yesterday. So I would check your store first and see if they have them, because if you order them online through Kohl's, they charge like $8.95 for shipping, so that's pretty expensive for shipping. Or you can select to pick them up at your store, because most stores have them, so you can order them online and then pick them up at your store for free with no shipping. But I would just suggest going to the store, that way you can smell them and see what you like. Because I think most stores have them, like I said, and if they don't, I would ask them, because they might have them in the back and they might be able to go get them for you. Because I'm pretty sure most of the stores have been having them already. So I went today, and there are 8 different scents, and I got 4 here. So I will show you what I got here. They are on sale for, I believe the regular price is $26.99, and then they were on sale for $14.99. Online, they had them on sale for 2 for $35, I think it was at first, and then they dropped it down to 2. I thought they did 2 for $30, which is pretty much what it is. They're $14.99 each, which is pretty much 2 for $30, 2 for $29, whatever. So they're $14.99 each. There's not a, no matter what, you don't have to buy 2. You get them all for $14.99 each, no matter how many you buy, 1 or 2, 3, 4, whatever. And that's a really good deal. My mom had gave me a Kohl's cash coupon that she wasn't going to use for $25. So I had that, plus I had another $5 Kohl's cash that I got in an email. So I had $30 of Kohl's cash that I used. So I got basically 4 candles for like 29 something plus tax. So it's really good if you have Kohl's cash, because you can use that towards these candles. So we'll start out here with the first one here. The first one is Campfire Woods. And I do like the packaging on these. They are in a, I believe it's octagon type shape jar. The lid, it's all that way, all the way around, the whole jar. And they're really heavy. They're really heavy. What is the weight ounce? It says 14.5 ounce, which is the same as Bath & Body Works, and then it says burn time is up to 40 hours, but it's really heavy. It's way heavier than a Bath & Body Works candle. Way heavier. And the glass is pretty thick. And so this is Campfire Woods, like I said. I really like the packaging on that. It's got all the wood around the front there. And then on the bottom it says Scentworx scented candle made with essential oils. And I don't believe Homeworx had said, I don't believe Homeworx says essential oils, but these do. And the fragrant notes are autumn leaves, mountain air, birchwood, and smoky woods. I'll show you the bottom there if you wanted to see what that looks like. That's what it looks like on the bottom of these here. And it doesn't say Harry Slatkin anywhere on it, because Homeworx say Homeworx by Harry Slatkin. These just say Scentworx. I don't think it says Harry Slatkin anywhere on here. No, it doesn't. But these are made by Harry Slatkin. He just doesn't have his name on these. So it has a lid on here. The lid is suctioned on there. If you can see there, it's got a little suction around the inside of the lid there. A little plastic white suction there that goes on there. And then on the inside, it's 3 wicks. These are all 3 wicks. And they're kind of close together in the middle. The 3 wicks are, they're not spread apart, they're kind of clumped in the middle together, so hopefully that's okay for burning. Because sometimes I would think they want to be spread out a little bit further, but We'll see. Hopefully it pulls out okay. So anyway, this one again said autumn leaves, mountain air, birchwood, and smoky woods. This one's nice. It's different than what I would. Campfire Woods. It's not super smoky, but it's definitely on the wood side to me. I get woods. Really, it's really a wood scent. It's not. It says smoky woods. I don't get a bit strong smokiness though. So it does have a little bit of a smokiness to it, but just not as much as like normally you in campfire type of scent. Usually it's really super strong smoky. This has just a little bit of a smokiness to it to me. It's definitely got the woods, and it has birchwood, definitely. Mountain air. Yeah, I could get that too. Definitely has like a outdoorsy mountain air type of a smell to it. It's a little more outdoorsy than like smoky. I would get an outdoorsy woodsiness more than I would get like a smoky woodsiness. And then the first note was autumn leaves. Kind of, maybe. You could kind of get leaves, like the mountain air, the leaves, and then the woods and everything. It's more like you would be smelling the wood here like before you started burning it. It says campfire, but it's like the wood before you actually start lighting the wood. It's not like a bonfire scent or a fireside. It's just like the wood, like when you gather or when you're out in the forest and you smell it. It's very outdoorsy, very woodsy, but it's not smoky to me. It's definitely not that smoky to me. I know some people have been talking about this is possibly close, could be repackaged or close to, what is it here? I have it here. Winter Fireside. I've never had Winter Fireside, but I heard a lot of people talking about it. Might be similar, but I do have the wax melt. Our friend Brian sent me the wax melt last year, and I never did melt it, so I have it here to compare. So I'm gonna smell this Winter Fireside wax melt here. Now see, that's way more spicy to me. It's more on the, what's the fragrance notes on this? It has it on here. It says sultry incense, smoked firewood. So we have smoked firewood again. Rich clove buds and mulled spices. Yeah, it's definitely more mulled spices. It's incense-like, and clove, incense, spices, spicy. It has a lot of spices and stuff in it, and incense. This doesn't have any of that. This doesn't have any kind of incense to me. It doesn't have any kind of clove buzz. It doesn't have incense. What did I just say again? Yeah, it doesn't have incense. It doesn't have clove buzz. It doesn't have any kind of spices. It's not smoky really. It's just woodsy. It's like woodsy and like mountain air. Could be a little bit of leaves. It's just very outdoorsy without being like incensey and smoky and anything like that. It also kind of reminds me of like brand new wood. Like if you go into like a brand new home that smells brand new with like the wood and the windows and the flooring and all that kind of stuff. It kind of reminds me of that too. If you love the smell of like brand new wood, you might like this because it kind of reminds me of that too. But we'll see how it goes and see if maybe it might be, if anything else, if like the smokiness or anything comes out more when it's burning, because on cold I don't get a big strong smokiness or spicy incense or anything like that. Next up we have warm apple pie. It has a real nice picture of the apple pie there on the front with the lattice crust on there. And this is in a yellow jar, and it has like kind of a light orange color wax on this one. And then the Campfire Woods had like a gray wax. So warm apple pie reads Granny Smith apple, brown sugar, Macintosh cider, and baked pie crust. This one's nice. I wondered if maybe it might be kind of similar to maybe warm apple pie from Bath and Body Works, because that one's really good, but the candle doesn't throw very well. It's not quite like that. It's not a dupe at all for warm apple pie from Bath and Body Works. if anything, it is very cidery. I definitely get that Macintosh cider. It's a Granny Smith. You definitely get like a tart Granny Smith apple, but I get a little bit of sweetness too. And it says Macintosh cider, so Macintosh apple could be a little sweeter. It's like sour, but then sweet too. And then the brown sugar and like pie crust. I get a little hint of brown sugar, but I don't get a real strong pie crust. It's just a little hint of like a pie crust, but it's definitely not as much pie crust as like Bath and Body Works warm apple pie has. It's almost kind of reminds me of I want to say like, I'm thinking maybe Honeycrisp apple cider from Yankee Candle. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I smelled it, but it's a little more like almost like a little more like an apple cider than like a apple pie to me, because I'm not getting a strong big crust note out of it. Although I do get a little bit of that brown sugar in there. It's really nice though. It is kind of cidery though. It's like a cross between a warm apple pie and like an apple cider. It's strange, but it's good. It's really good. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe that pie crust note might come out more when it's burning. Then next up we have pumpkin spice. And this has a picture of the pumpkins and the cinnamon sticks and everything in there, all around there. And it's an orange jar. It's like a rust orange colored. And it has orange wax, 3 wicks. And this says fresh pumpkin, nutmeg, maple wood, and cinnamon bark. So I like this one. I like this because it's not super heavy on the spice. Even though it says pumpkin spice, usually pumpkin spice candles and waxos and things are super heavy on the clove and the cinnamon and nutmeg and all that stuff, but usually really strong on the clove and the cinnamon. They're really super spicy. This isn't like that. You get more of that fresh pumpkin. You really can smell that fresh pumpkin, and that's why I kind of like it, because it's not totally like smothered in that cinnamon and clove. I don't really get clove at all. I get a little hint of the cinnamon. I don't get really clove. It doesn't say clove on there, but I don't really get clove. It does say nutmeg and cinnamon bark, so yeah, I get a little nutmeg and I do get a little of that cinnamon. It's not super strong, red hot, and nasally, too strong cinnamon at all. Yeah, I really like it that it has that really nice fresh pumpkin. And it's not totally smothered in that like cinnamon and clove. So yeah, that's pumpkin spice. So we'll see how that one does. And then lastly we have Scarlet Leaves. And then it has all the different colored leaves around there. And this is in like a really dark red, almost burgundy colored jar. 3 wicks, and it's like it got a red wax color in there. This one reads juicy apples, vanilla, nutmeg, cedarwood, white cinnamon. And this is probably the one that's most a dupe. This is very close to Leaves from Bath and Body Works. It's very similar. Yeah, very similar. I know some people thought maybe it might be similar to Harvest Leaves from Homeworks, but from my recollection, it's not like that. It's more similar to Leaves from Bath and Body Works. I had Harvest Leaves, but that Harvest Leaves wasn't like Leaves from Bath and Body Works. But this is. This definitely has the apple, the cedarwood, cinnamon. It says white cinnamon. I'm not sure exactly what white cinnamon is. It says vanilla and nutmeg. I could maybe get a hint of nutmeg. I don't know about vanilla. I'm not getting much vanilla, but I definitely get those craft spices like Leaves has. It's very similar to Leaves from Bath and Body Works. So if you like Leaves from Bath and Body Works, you probably like this, because it's definitely in that same kind of family. I like this, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe, if anything, not quite as pungent as Leaves from Bath and Body Works is. Yeah, it's nice, so we'll see how that one does as well. So that was it. That's all I got today from these Scentworx. And then they also have, I'm going to look up here, I have it on my phone to tell you which other ones they have. They have Orchard Hayride That one said autumn apple, bosque pear, nutmeg, rum, and dried fruits. That was, I thought that was okay. I liked it. It had like definitely apples and stuff, but it did have nutmeg. It had a little bit of that rum in there, and like nutmeg mixed it with that autumn apple in there. So I kind of liked it because it had those little bit more than just apple. So I kind of debated on that one, but I didn't get it. Then they had vanilla chai as well, and I'm looking up the scent notes here for vanilla chai. Vanilla chai had a vanilla sugar, warm clove, ginger, and sweet molasses. Yeah, it definitely had it was kind of it kind of reminded me of a drink, like almost like some kind of like sugary drink, like a latte or something like that, because you kind of dig the clove, the ginger, stuff, the sweet molasses. It was all right. And then there was pumpkin patch, and then that one scent notes were pumpkin, pumpkin latte, whipped vanilla, macaron, and spun sugar. That one definitely had more like a pumpkin latte drink kind of a vibe going on with that. If you like the whipped cream and the pumpkin, the vanilla mixed in with your pumpkin, kind of a creamy pumpkin, you'd like that one. That's what that one kind of reminded me of. And then the other one, the last one, was French vanilla pumpkin, and the scent notes for that were white pumpkin, whipped vanilla, white chocolate, and macadamia nut. That one was also very, that one had like a caramel type of scent to me. I don't know why I got like caramel, because caramel's not in the notes at all. It does have whipped vanilla, white chocolate. I didn't really get much pumpkin necessarily in that one, but it came off kind of caramely-like to me, which I wasn't sure about that too, because some caramel scents can be hit or miss for me. So it was nice, but I might end up trying it later and see what it's like. Overall, I didn't hate any of them. It's just that these are my favorite out of those. The other ones, some of the ones are like caramely and kind of latte-like. I just wasn't as sure about. But if these do good, the ones that I have, if they burn good, as long as these 3 wicks burn good, and they throw well, I might consider trying some of the other ones. We all know that the 4 wicks from Homeworks were having problems with burning, so he actually is going to 3 wicks for some of the winter scents. But these are 3 wicks too, but they are smaller size. They're smaller than a Homeworks candle is. So I don't know how they're going to burn because the size is smaller. Even though they're 3 wicks, the size is smaller, so we'll see how they burn on these. Hopefully they burn well. So thanks for watching my first ever Scentworx haul from Kohl's. And I will burn these, and hopefully I will do post-burn reviews on these once I burn them and let you know how they perform. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all in our next video. Bye.